Okay, I'm back, and this is gonna this is for those who want to quit it ill, who know they'll ever want. I'm not 100% white, and I know other people on YouTube aren't, and I just want to address a few things on my mind here. Starting with, there's two fandoms of the DC films, whether you're a Snyder fan or James Gunn fan, or neither of the directors like me. I'm not a big fan of Zack Snyder or James Gunn. I don't have any loyalty to any of those directors or any directors at all. I just think it's time for the Snyder fan have to be honest with themselves and others when they stream videos. Because here's the way I see it. Like I said, I'm not taking sides. I like films from both Zack Snyder and James Gunn outside of a comic book movie. You know, I don't care if it's DC or Marvel. I like movies from both directors, and I think it's pretty much the honest truth that these two directors are actually friends. And I've seen videos Zack Snyder wishing his fans would whiten up on James Gunn. I mean, why all the hate? And this whole thing comes in. I think it's sad and pathetic for people to hate James Gunn personally, on personal level, because he didn't come into the picture until the making of a Flash movie, and so you can't blame him, even though you want to. But he didn't make all the calls. He was reluctant to come to DC. As I watched his conversation with Michael Rosenbaum, he didn't just sign up to DC just like that. And people need to stop this bashing each other stuff because it's beyond pathetic and childish. I don't care what side you're on, both sides are guilty. We know they're guilty. It's time to grow up, people. And the thing about the Snyder cult or fake fans, as I call them, all they do is just soil the guy's name with their hatred of Gunn, who he's best friends with, or friends, not best friends, but friends. And if you want to deny that fact, be my guest. I'm all about for truth, justice, all that stuff, as Superman would stand for. And I know both sides are guilty of not telling the truth, one more so than another, but let's be honest, you guys say that to each other and you're not honest. But here's the thing about the toxicity of a fandom while playing both the victim, which is what they're doing. For playing the victim, they think they're always in the right. They're very biased. And every time I talk to Will Snyder fans, and they were ready to move on and not dwell on something that's never gonna come to pass. So I don't know why people have to be so childish and give other people false hope that the Snyderverse is going to continue. I mean, think about it. Zack Snyder said multiple times he has no interest in coming back unless it was for a specific reason, which is under gun, wanting things. And he has no interest of continuing his Snyderverse. I mean, he's gone on record saying that. You don't have to believe it. You can deny that all you want. It's a God honest truth. And what else can I say? Hmm. Oh, personal hatred for James Gunn just makes you look bad, and it's why you're making other people mad. When you say we forward to Josh Whedon's Justice League, you go, oh, Justice League or whatever, the Justice Cut. It's like, I know I can tell by the tone of people's voices for just blaming Josh Whedon for something he was hired to do. I mean, ask yourselves this, people. If Josh Whedon didn't take over, what was your solution to demand that Zack Snyder come back and not grieve as long as he can for his daughter? Are you value more? Because I know a lot of you will say, oh, we would have gave him time. It's like, well, the problem with that is he's a director, he's a big boy, and the studios, not just Warner Brothers, but any movie studio, is not gonna want to wait forever to grieve, which Snyder wanted to take time off doing, which is honorable. I have no foul ill of that. But like any job out in the real world, that these studios, they have a timetable of before budgets go over, and if they don't like that, they want to get the film finished one way or another. And it only makes things more complicated in more ways than one for a studio. Fans are not going to get what they want no matter what. And I think it's just the fact that Joss Whedon got hatred like James Gunn's game, which brings me to the fact that your hatred of James Gunn is pointless because let's think about this. If James Gunn wasn't hired, and I guarantee you, all of you will give the same kind of hatred to whoever took over from James Gunn if they fired him. Fire James Gunn, you get some other director. It's not gonna be Christopher Nolan. It's not gonna be Zack Snyder. Be honest with yourselves. You're gonna hate that director too. You're gonna give him the same kind of crap you give James Gunn, and you need to go up. I mean, Man of Steel, the highest grossing film Zack Snyder did was Batman vs Superman, and that movie quickly was declining in profits, and it shows. You can exaggerate the facts, you can change the facts on your will computer, but it's an honest truth. I personally think Man of Steel was the best film Snyder did. I did not like both Justice League movies, Joss Whedon's, and I didn't like Zack Snyder's. One was just overly long. I mean, 4 hours. I mean, come on. And personally, I didn't like the villain of Steppenwolf being the main villain in that movie. I mean, we gotta have Darkseid. Put Darkseid in there to do something against the heroes. And Zack Snyder just like to kill off good characters like Jimmy Olsen, KG Beast, Marcy Graves. People say, oh, these characters aren't well known, and that's a false fact. Because whether you read the comics or watch shows, movies, you know who these characters are. I'm not gonna name him by name, but he didn't even know who Morphle was in Superman Legacy, and if he's watched Justice League series and Justice League Unlimited, he would flat out know who the character is. But he simply lied about that. And frankly, anyways, there's toxicity from both sides. One side is not guilty only. The way I see it, both sides being guilty of, crashing with each other. Few people take it too far. And I know some people, again, I won't name him by name, but he doesn't take responsibility for his own actions, his own words. He only has himself to blame, and he needs to stop crying about it all and grow up. And I'm just gonna leave that about that person. If you just want Zack Snyder to come back, just to direct 2 more Justice League movies, what's the point of finishing the story if that's all you want from him to come back for? As far as I'm concerned, if Warner Brothers wants to make money off Zack Snyder, the Snyderverse, I would forget about Netflix and release the movies straight to video. I mean, Zack Snyder can do whatever he wants with Justice League 2 and 3 if he wants to keep them on Netflix. Personally, I would just have these films come out straight to video like the Snyder Cut. The Snyder Cut didn't show in all theaters because, one, it was 4 hours long, which is limited screen time in theaters, which is a small amount of theaters. And making a DC movie always is just dumb. It's not gonna make money. You don't make money when kids want to see the movie too with their parents. And if you make it rated R, that just puts a damper on the profits of that movie. Especially if it's 4 hours long that you want it to be. R-rated. How many R-rated comic book films been successful? I know Watchmen wasn't successful. It has a cult following, which 300 was well more successful, but Sucker Punch wasn't. And there's movies like The Crow and Spawn. Spawn is a heavily R-rated character, and his movie didn't go over too well. I mean, that's for R-rated, and it doesn't matter if you go with R-rated or PG-13 cuts on DVD or physical media. Doesn't matter. Once that movie's in theater, that says it all. I mean, but anyways, I like how the Snyder fans, the so-called Snyder fans, have small group. I just like how they try to be all innocent and play the victim card when they're just as toxic. And here's where they are toxic at jumping to conclusions about this slandering a movie like Superman Legacy. How can you slander a movie regardless of a director before it comes out and just going by a trailer or a teaser trailer, you just say, oh, it's gonna suck. It's gonna suck. It won't make money. You don't know that. You're just spreading hatred for James Gunn and who directs other movies. I know James Gunn isn't going to direct all the movies in the DCU. There will be other directors, as before, but that's not going to stop you all from boycotting every single DC film by James Gunn or somebody else. That's what toxic fandom is. When you think you slander this guy non-stop in 40 to 50 plus videos, and you're like, oh, Zack Snyder, oh, I love every single film of his. They were worldwide hits, which is completely false. I mean, I don't know if one director that I know of or enjoy their work that I enjoyed every single movie they put out. It could be James Cameron, it could be Steven Spielberg, Chris Nolan, it doesn't matter. I just know if you look back this Jurassic Park and Jaws back to feature, which Steven Spielberg was involved with. And I know I'm not loyal to him as a director. I think he's one of the best directors ever in Hollywood. But am I loyal to the guy? No. I'm not loyal to any director, not even James Cameron, because they had movies I did not like. I didn't care for Super 8. I went to that movie, thinking it was going to be so good, but it wasn't what I expected it to be. But it was still good. It wasn't great, in my opinion. James Cameron, I know, likes to deny the fact that his first movie he ever done, you know, in Hollywood was Piranha 2 The Spawning. And I'm going to have to continue this video because apparently my battery is running out of power. So I'll be making a video later to fill in the facts more. I just hope this video is enlightening. Yeah, y'all should be honest with yourself and not spread so much hatred for one guy like James Gunn. It's childish. It's below you. You need to grow up. Not dwell on things that are never gonna happen. But, well,